What is up, YouTube? GZTV. Yeah, I'm in my fucking Hy-Vee uniform because I never have time to do anything because I have work. I have to leave for work here in like 35 minutes, and I still have to make this video, hopefully try to finish the movie I'm watching for today. And I'm not even done with YouTube content for the day after this. After I get off work, I'm going to be finishing editing my Travis video. It's a grind, man. You know, also when I have my cousin over, yeah, it is what it is. We are going to be kind of just quickly glossing over this episode. I don't want to talk about this too much. Yeah, I want to put time into my videos, but here we go. Here's the plot. So after being drugged by Hannah McKay, Dexter wakes up unharmed in an industrial area near Kendall. He doesn't know where the fuck he is, and Dr. Vogel calls to thank him while he's like just waking up from being unconscious and all this stuff. Deborah arrives to pick up Dexter and asks if it was Hannah. Like, they're trying to ask each other. They're looking at each other like, what the fuck did we just, like, what just happened? What did we just experience? He saw her before he dozed off, and yeah, he knows it's her. So Dexter's plan is to find Hannah's license plate number and footage from surveillance cameras. Obviously, we know that Dexter, like, researches people a lot. He knows exactly what to look for, these sorts of things. So he is going to be trying to find her license plate on a camera, and he finds it, sometime in the story. So Dexter's putting in a request for the traffic footage when Zach unexpectedly shows up at his door, and they kind of have this little lecture. Dexter's supposed to be kind of his mentor, and he tells him, we can't be seen in public together, like this can't happen right now. Elway notes Deb using the company computer to search for Hannah McKay, and that's what she's doing, and they kind of have like a confrontation. Like, Elway's like, you need to start sharing shit with me. Like, I fucking hired you. I gave you these benefits. You know what? We're not done, actually. Like, you came to me 6 months ago. Stop being a bitch. Like, people are finally starting to stand up to Deborah because she is kind of a bitch sometimes. Like, you have to put her in her place every once in a while. Like, yeah, that sounds kind of fucked up, but Deborah's character, she's cranky all the fucking time. She's gone through a lot of shit, and that's kind of like her thing. Dexter pulls up traffic footage and sees Hannah driving a rental car, and he sees the license plate. He sees where the rental place is. He calls the rental place. They say she lives on Slip 23, which is a yacht out in the marina. Yeah. He found the information a little too easily, and he's kind of thinking to himself and reflecting on this, like, maybe she wants me to find her, Jamie is ready to move out of Angel's place and is looking at apartments. She wants to take the relationship with Quinn kind of to the next level. Despite him not getting the sergeant job, obviously what happened the night Dexter was hunting out Zach when he had Jamie call him to his house. Obviously, whatever happened there really sparked something because she went from being pissed at him and pissed at Batista to, like, wanting to push the relationship forward, which is kind of interesting. Nikki apologizes to Masuka for blowing up about the check, and they make amends, which is kind of interesting because I didn't really expect them to, like, reconcile in the way that they did. I thought that was really interesting that the show kind of took that direction. I thought that was kind of cool, actually. Dexter sees Hannah getting off a yacht with a man who appears to be her significant other. So Dexter's finally spotted Hannah, and yeah. Dexter follows the couple to a private club, but he's refused entry because of the dress code, and now he has this connection with Zach Hamilton. Like, it's kind of like the plot convenience this show has, and maybe that's a little bit of a gripe, but he gets not the basketball player. He gets Zach Hamilton to get him in the club because his dad's like a prestigious member. Obviously, he has all sorts of benefits and stuff. So, all this stuff happens. They confront Hannah, blah, blah, blah. The plan doesn't go well, and yeah. Hannah's husband is not pleased to see Hannah talking to another man. Obviously, there's the jealousy, the pride of a man, like, getting kind of fucking jealous. That's normal. That's a normal emotion. Dexter looks up Miles Kastner online. That's who she's dating at the moment, who confronted him. Learning that he made a fortune in international casinos and has the power and the reach to obtain a new name and new passport for Hannah. So this guy has a lot of fucking power, let's just say. He's rich, and with money comes a lot of power. This guy can get people erased off the fucking globe in like 2 seconds. Deb stops by Dexter's apartment and tells him that the marshals, FBI, and Homeland Security haven't reported a single sighting of Hannah, which is kind of strange because she's very open. Like, she's like out in the fucking open, and she doesn't really give a fuck at this point, or it doesn't seem. Dexter doesn't believe that Hannah loves Miles and thinks her marriage is just part of a cover life. And he's right. I mean, Dexter has these killer instincts, even if it's about romance, which is something that he doesn't necessarily indulge in a lot in his life. You know? Masuka decides to surprise his daughter Nikki by dropping by the sports bar where she works. And yeah, he realizes kind of the harsh reality of what her job is. She doesn't have a top on, and her fucking tits are out. So there you have it. It is really fucking weird. This show is really like, I don't know why this show recently has touched on themes of like incest and shit, and it's so weird. I don't get it. But Deb and Dr. Vogel meet to discuss Hannah and like how to resolve it. You know, obviously Vogel has ideas of like who the psychopath is and who's not, and I don't think Hannah's really a psychopath. I just think she learned from someone, and it just has never been the same since. Masuka mentions to Dexter the forensics that still need processing, and it suggests an extra set of hands to help with the paperwork. So, yeah, pretty much what Masuka is trying to do is thwart the department to get his daughter to work for them, to get a job. From his office, Dexter notices Zach Hamilton and his attorney enter the homicide department, and he wonders why they're there. And yeah, they caught Quinn tailing him. They caught like the 24-hour surveillance shit, and Quinn's in trouble because you're not supposed to fucking surveil someone that you don't have a warrant for. And this is another one of the fuck-ups for Quinn. In the process of trying to like prove something, he also fucked up again. Masuka presses Angel to let him hire a lab assistant, claiming it was Dexter's idea. Angel's like, yeah, whatever, I have more important shit to do. So in the parking lot, Dexter impresses upon Zach the importance of patience and control. He kind of lectures him like, you can't just go out there and go on a fucking bloody rampage, you know what I mean? Like, you have to have some control, you have to have a plan, you have to have all of this shit if you want to be like me, you know? So Miles confronts Dexter at a gas station, with Dexter assuring him that there's nothing going on between him and Hannah. And to an extent, he's right. I mean, they're not really romantically involved anymore, their relationship kind of had a falling out, and yeah, that's just kind of how it is. Miles is like, if you see her again, like he's trying to warn her and all this shit. So Dexter meets Hannah at her old greenhouse. Yeah, that's a big fucking mistake. And they have like a conversation. Like, she's telling him the truth. Like, yeah, this guy's a fucking asshole to me, and he's very fucking abusive, and all that stuff. Deb asks Elway if she can borrow the high-tech GPS tracker and apologizes for overreacting earlier. They're trying to kind of like make the relationship better in the workplace because Deborah kind of overreacted. Whatever. Cassie almost catches Deb putting the GPS tracker on Dexter's car, and they kind of have a talk about who Dexter is. I guess it's kind of an interesting moment. Masuka shows up at Lucky Pete's and offers Nikki a lab assistant position at Miami Metro, and she's like, well, this job is more high-paying, but like, you're a fucking slut there. Like, they don't treat you like right at all, you know what I mean? Like, that's really weird, you know? But I digress. Dr. Vogel calls Dexter to meet with her. They talk about Hannah, and they talk about Zach. They talk about everything that's kind of going on. Vogel likes to talk to people about shit, you know? While entering his car, Dexter is jumped and beaten up by 3 of Miles' henchmen. So him and Vogel have that conversation, and then he goes off and he gets his ass kicked because you don't talk to fucking Hannah. Deb admits to Elway that he doesn't deserve how she treats him. Like, he gave her a job. He gave her an opportunity. She's throwing it away and being a dick about it. Cassie hears Zach pounding on Deborah's door and politely tells him that he's probably not home. Like, go the fuck away, stop being weird, you know. Yeah, that sort of thing. Miles confronts Hannah aboard the yacht when she returns from shopping. Like, why the hell are you confronting this guy? I thought you guys weren't romantically involved, all this stuff. And, like, she kind of gets beat up, and Dexter sneaks aboard the Reverie and finds Hannah kneeling over Miles' dead body, and we didn't see that ourselves, but really cool thing by the creators to, like, not show her killing him and, like, stabbing him. She did, and he's dead, you know? Dexter and Hannah dump Miles at sea from his boat. They talk to each other, blah, blah, blah. Again, more conversations I don't really care to, like, keep going on about. Cassie has been murdered in the same fashion as Norma Rivera. Oliver is there sobbing, you know, seeming distraught at what happened. Obviously, Cassie died. You kind of expected that, though, because Zach Hamilton was at Dexter's house, and Sheila's, like, kind of yelling at him, so it's like, yeah, this was kind of expected. He asked Dexter what happened and says they were going on a date that night. Dexter examines Cassie and tells Angel that someone held her down and beat her to death. Like, this was out of anger. Someone did this out of pure anger. He wonders if Zach did this while he was with Hannah, and is concerned that he won't be as good a teacher as Harry, considering she's a fucking innocent person, and if Zach killed her, he's going against this code. But as of now, that's the cliffhanger. I'm out, guys. We don't know who killed her. I'm sorry if that was a little